And welcome to MGP257. I'm Kev, and with me as ever the sheepdog Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello. Evening.
It is the evening. That's excellent observation, Pab. Clearly your wisdom teeth have grown back.
Yep.
Was it a painful process?
No. Much less painful than them taking it out, anyway.
Excellent. Well, that's rather
Did they not
marvellous
use, painkillers?
Yeah, they numb you up and what have you.
What, when your tooth grows back?
No.
Oh, I see.
And they take it out, but the pain comes after. It's just sort of...
As it's growing back?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
Sure.
I understand now. It's all starting to make sense.
Yeah.
How are we all on this fine evening?
I'm all right.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm good.
You're all very talkative this evening.
Yeah.
It's the end of a long week, Kevin.
Yeah, I believe it's the same length as a conventional week.
Mine was actually shorter, but it's been a long week.
Has it, by golly? Well, that's devastating news. What's Pab's excuse?
My excuse for what?
Oh, it's like blood from a stone with you lot this week. Should we talk about some games?
Yeah, let me put this book down.
Yeah, there's a good idea.
Power reading. Power reading.
Well, pack it. You've said that twice now. What's power reading?
I'm trying to finish a book.
Why?
So I can talk about it in about an hour's time.
Well, that's
at this rate, it'll be about 15 minutes' time.
yeah. Put the stupid thing down and use your words. Goodness me!
I'm done now. I'm all good now.
Splendid.
I'm all good.
You could have been playing. You could have been playing Prey if you didn't turn down the perfectly good copy we offered you earlier today.
It was sod's law of that, because I would normally say yes, but because I pre-ordered it yesterday, I knew it was on my doorstep when you messaged me, so...
You silly goose.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Got it on PlayStation now.
I only read a little bit about Prey when you offered it to me as well, and it didn't look very good, and I've just Googled it to see whether I can find anything that talks about it, in any more detail that would sway me either way. And Forbes have their headline as "Don't believe any reviews for Prey today," and I'm like, wait, what? Is that saying like don't let people put it down? Is it better but it grows? Annoyingly, they have a paywall, so I can't see why they're saying don't trust the reviews. But maybe Anna can enlighten us.
It's great.
You think every game's great for the first couple of hours. It's week 2 where you give us... Yeah, but it's always the second week where you give us the real review of the game.
It only came out today. But, hold on, let me go on my save game. I've played 7 hours and 7 minutes. Goodness
me, how big is this game? I thought it was Bioshock size. You should be pretty much finished.
No. So I put it in, and I did play the demo last week, and I thought I saved it, right? And I thought the save would carry on. It does not, which is a shame.
Right,
no, which doesn't bother me, because now I have the game. I can go at my own pace, because I thought the demo was an hour timed, not an hour's to do the mission. So. I guess I played it over an hour. I wasn't really sure, but I didn't mind. I played it again, knew what I was doing, knew what I was looking for. And so I went on from where it said the demo had finished, and so I like it. I don't know where to put it. It is a bit Bioshocky, because there's some weird stuff going on and you're not quite sure why and stuff. So, but the first weapon you get is a wrench, so that is what you start with in Bioshock. So that's one nod to it. But it's just you're in this big space station. You don't know you're in a space station until a bit in, and it's opulent and it's like gorgeous and it's just really like pretty. So it's not
sounds like the Kev of games.
It's not like a all steel and just corridors. It's nice open spaces. It feels nice to be in. So I've only probably been to 4 areas in the game, and they're all slightly bit different because you like going to medical, or you're going to the staff quarters, or you're going to the engineering and science thing, and they're all just like filled with stuff to do. So you have like an objective, but there's like 5 different turnoffs that you can go down and explore each one of them and find things. And the game does, you should do that. Don't follow the main path of the game, because you're going to miss out on all the stuff in between to fill in the gaps and just weirdness about this game. Because normally I'm not a thing to read every email and stuff, because I hated that in that Quantum game, because it was just email after email. But this one I want to, and it's cool to do that. It's like you get a Nerf gun, a Nerf crossbow, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? Well, how is that going to hurt anybody? But it's to use in puzzles. So say there's a room you can't get in, if you can smash the glass and aim at the computer screen, and then you shoot at the computer screen at the certain, I think it's utility, you open that page and then you go to doors, and then you can unlock the door that way. So you don't have to like find key cards. If you can get to that computer screen with your crossbow, then you can get in. And it's just like, I wouldn't have thought to do that, because I've seen it in a review of the game just to see what people were thinking about it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that there's these rooms that I can't get into, and now I can, and I know how. So that's cool that they've thought of that way. It's got like the Dishonored feel of that you can go, so you have like your main route, or you can go above, you can go below, you can go through vents. And so I like that kind of thing. I like having different ways of doing stuff, because I don't just want to do it one way. I like to go off the beaten path, as it was. So that's kind of cool. You have like upgrades, and the upgrades are administered by the eye. You put a big needle in your eyeball, and that's quite fun. It's like, oh, but so you stick a massive needle in your eye, and then you can upgrade with these things that you find around. You're not going to upgrade everything, so I would pick wisely. I've like gone down guns and health and repair, because I like to do that kind of stuff. The guns in here, they feel satisfying. Is that a word? Like, at first you get the glue gun and you're like, oh my god, this is the awfulest thing in the world. It's slow, it's clunky. But as soon as you get a few weapon upgrades on it, it's like, oh wow, this actually does help, and it's working the way it gives it some like oomph, and then you want to use it. Because at the start I was just like, I hate this, it's so horrible, it's so slow. I was just using my wrench, which was fine, but then obviously you progress, and then there's more difficult enemies. So I've never been a shotgun person, never ever, and in this game I'm using my glue gun and my shotgun, and it's just like glue them and shoot them. So your enemies at the moment, I think right at the start, are just called mimics, and then the little spider shaped things that move really fast, but they're like power is they can hide by transforming into anything in their environment. So if you walk past 2 cups, maybe that other cup is a mimic, and as soon as you go past, it will change and then it will hit you. You have a split second of seeing it, like it not flickers, but you know there's some of it like a split second, so you can make a decision like to turn around and beat it up. You can watch it. Sometimes you can catch it transforming into the things it's next to, so that's easy. But yeah, you just got to be careful because they could be anywhere and they could be anything. And at the start of the game, it's terrifying because you're like, oh my god, I've got a wrench, and these things are fast and horrible. So they're horrible, and then these more humanoid kind of ones, and at first you're like, oh my god, they're scary, but then you just glue them a bit and then stick on the shotgun and they're down. But they do get progressively harder. They are, like, at first you only get one or two, and then they start turning up in groups, and that's not fun. Yeah. But I haven't died yet. Oh, no, I have died. I had died once because a bomb went off and I was next to it and I didn't realise. But when I played the demo was awful. It was just clunky and I was dying constantly. They have now tweaked everything. There is like a day one patch. So I think they've listened to everyone that played it, listened to the comments and stuff, that some of it just didn't feel right, and so they've changed. There's a massive list of what they've done. The issue I have is the music and the sound effects are fine, but they are way too loud, and everything at the moment, everything before were at 100%, so the speech, the sound effects and the music were all at 100. I've had to turn the other two down because I can barely hear when someone is talking to you, and that's really annoying because you're missing so much of the story. So apart from that, that's the only issue I have with it, but I like it. I think it's pretty, and I'm enjoying going through it. I don't want to put it down, and it's really, really good.
Have you played it yet, Pab? He's reading his book again, isn't he?
Yeah. He is, isn't he?
He's a disgrace. You're a monster,
He
Pab.
said he hadn't played it, didn't he? I think.
Okay. I'm going to... As they've been kind enough to send me a review copy of it, there will be a video appearing on my channel over the weekend of at least the first hour, and if I decide I like it, I might do a full Let's Play on it. So if Anna's high praise hasn't convinced you enough that this is a game that you need to go out and purchase, check out my video that will appear over the weekend, and you can have a look for yourself and watch me do girlish squeals over it, because it will probably scare me.
Can you guys hear me?
We can now. Now you've put your book down.
I've been talking away and I've heard no one's just ignoring me. I think my mic's come loose. Yes, I have played about an hour of it, Kev.
Have you? And what did you think of it?
It's more jump scare than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, really?
It scares the hell out of me. And I'm forever. You mentioned
you're not a trained marine like Annika, though.
I am literally just I'm walking around just smashing everything in my way. Everything, even if it's one item, just smash it. Cup, you're going. Box, you're getting smashed. Anything that the bins. I had. Oh, it's everything everywhere. And you're right. The music is really loud. And the shriek when they change and jump at you. It just catches me off guard all the time. And I'm like, where is it? I'm just spinning around going, where the hell is it? Where is it? I've just wandered into a room and it's behind me somewhere. Mm-hmm. But I'm still enjoying it. It's so far so good. I have caught him scrambling away and panicking. I beat the hell out of one and it just sort of ran off and it went, I'm a bin. And then stood and I beat it again. He went, no, I'm off. I'm a box. And he shot off somewhere else. And I can see. I'm watching you. I can see you change. Just go and beat the hell out of it. That was quite fun. The turrets are useful so far, so good. Mm-hmm. So I come across some turrets. I got ambushed by about 6 of them. So I went right and just ran in the room with a turret, and when they started dealing with them, I was like, okay. But they all started attacking the turret and knocked the turret over. I went, crap.
You can pick it up.
Yeah, but then you've got to pick it up and then you've got to hold it to deploy it again, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I was like, can I put it down and just ran off? I just put it down and I went, why are you not working? What's going on? Just put it down and I went, run. And then they all just chased me for a bit. It's intriguing. I like the story of it, what's happening so far. I don't know. quite know what's happening, but I've basically got to the point where you go to basically go and see the message you've left yourself.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool thing as well, where you go and watch a video that you've made for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's like a 3D video.
Yes.
So it's really cool that. So that's as far as I've got basically. I'm in my office where I left it off, and I'll probably play more, even though it probably scared the hell out of me some more. It is pretty damn good. So far, so good anyway.
I like the crafting in this game.
I recycled a load of stuff. There was like a recycle machine, and it says recycle junk, and I went, okay. And then I just got a load of random stuff. I don't know what any of it does.
Yeah, so you recycle it, and then there'll be another machine that will craft stuff for you, yes. And then things that you've recycled, the things you get from them, you put them in the other machine, and then you can make your ammo and your med kits and stuff. So that's quite cool that you don't have to go. I go looking for stuff to recycle, not supplies that I need to shoot things with.
Yeah, I'm just collecting everything. Collect everything, and then bung everything that's a load of garbage in the recycling machine and get it onto the crafting bench. And I think I can only make a wrench right now, so.
You'll get to make lots more.
Yeah. It's good. It so far it seems good. I don't know where it's going, and I've just checked to see how long the game is, and there's no one actually registered out on.
Well, because there's no reviews. Reviews went out today.
Right. It's the standard Bethesda. Standard Bethesda thing that they do now. So yeah.
That's probably what that article's about, Sheepdog.
Yeah, I read it, and I finally got past the paywall, and it said, just don't trust reviews on a Bethesda game that came out today, which makes perfect sense. It was just a bit clickbaity, which, you know me, I told you, didn't I? I only click stuff if I think the clickbait is particularly good.
Well, then you should be a regular on the vlog.
I told you I am when I think it's good.
All right then. Well, I think it's regularly excellent clickbait.
Mm-hmm. I think you need to put in the comments good enough, just good enough in the comments. That's all you need. So every time you watch one,
if I tell him
knowing that you've watched it,
up his game, wouldn't he?
Yeah, just not good enough. Not watching.
If it's just okay, then you should just watch the adverts and then stop. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm a fair person. I think you're probably right.
Splendid. Right, what else have folk been playing then?
I've got a bit of a... I don't know, it's a bit lame, but... I've been meaning to do this for ages. My kids keep collecting Pokemon cards, and every pack they get has like an online code that... We've just been mounting them up on the side, and I keep saying, I'll go figure out what they are when I can be bothered, when I remember. And my daughter reminded me yesterday, and I logged in and loaded all these codes in, and suddenly I've got a Pokemon, the card game, battle deck that's incredible, if I do say so myself, because all the times they've got Pokemon cards and stuff over the past year, I've ended up with about 20 different virtual cards, and I was sat there last night just playing random people from around the world at this card game that I've never played before, and I'm decent enough at it. I imagine I'm good at it because I've got decent cards and I'm a low level, so I'm only playing noobs. But I didn't know this existed until I went on their site last night, as I say. It seems quite cool. I want to explore it a bit more. It's taught me how to play the card game properly, face to face. Not that I ever will, but you just download it on Mac or PC. Log in. You get coins for every game you win, and you unlock more cards. I imagine it's probably on par with most card games. I was going to say it's pretty much same as Hearthstone and all of that, but it's probably not. I've not played it in a long time. I don't want to do either of them an injustice by comparing them, but no, I like it. If anyone else out there plays it, let me know, and I'll battle you and win, because I'm awesome at it.
Is it on mobile?
I haven't even thought to check. Yeah, it must be, because the options for the download were PC, Mac, iOS, and Android. So, yes.
Oh, there you go then.
Other than that, Mass Effect, but I'm not going to bother reviewing it. I'm waiting for Injustice 2 to come out.
Yeah, I kind of want
Kev,
that.
I'll certainly have that, unless you're probably going to want it yourself.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just want to watch
interested.
the videos, won't you?
Yeah, can you play it through and just record the cutscenes for me? And I'll just watch the movie like I did last time. I don't want to do the fighting.
I can't record the cutscenes, Kev, as you know from Angry John messaging you. I don't have his capture card.
Neither do I.
I'm very, very confused because I remember him getting it out.
I don't think we brought it with us. I think we just took the graphics card.
I've got a feeling, because I remember you saying, I remember me saying I don't particularly want it because I'm not going to use it, and then you said you'd have it, and then I think you decided actually you already had them ordered or something. And
well, I didn't want one that you plug inside the computer. I wanted the USB one.
But it's always a bit awkward because he keeps bringing it up, and I'm like, look, if I had this, I'd know. But then part of me thinks maybe it was in the box with a graphics card, but he's describing this big red box that came in and stuff and telling me that it come with a box and a red button you press and this, that and the other. And I'm sort of thinking to myself, well, if I have it, he lobbed it in the graphics card box. And if I give it back to him like that, loose, he's going to think that I've trashed it. I can't find it. I looked, but I don't know. I'm wary that he'll think that I got it in some pristine boxed condition, and I haven't got that box anywhere, so I don't know what he's on about because I never installed it. Again, I said to him if I had it, I'd have used it by now. I'd be recording Injustice 2 videos for Kev. But
exactly. Don't forget, he's a crazy old man, so he's probably just being a crazy old man.
Yeah, he's starting to decide that's probably the case. I don't know. Anyway, have you played anything?
Nothing that you lot are going to be interested in. Just my Football Manager and my wrestling.
Oh, I watched your.
Did you watch that video?
My what?
First one. Your first video being the chairman, the Sugar Daddy.
Ah, yes, it's my new creation. I've tried to replicate myself in the database as a chairman and give our local club a big pile of cash and see where it takes us. It will be an interesting experiment.
Hang on. So you're the chairman?
I'm the chairman. So I'm not playing it. I've created me in the database, tried to give him what I think my stats would be as a chairman, then given the club a whole pile of cash and a new stadium called Lalujo Park. And I'm just leaving it and seeing how far up the league they can go as a Tier 7 club who've just been given a 15,000 all-seater stadium and 100 million quid. And an awesome chairman.
So who's the manager then?
It's just
no one.
No one.
It's just also.
Yeah, there's no one's playing it. I'm just simulating.
It's just playing itself.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in this at this point? You're just commentating over this.
No, I'll just wait until the end of the season and then do an update. I will become the manager at some point. The plan is once it gets to the point where they stall and get stuck at a certain level, I'm then going to swoop in, become the manager, and play that on Twitch. That's my plan.
You become the manager / like director.
Yeah.
As chairman, and the fact their budget's 100 million, have you not considered just giving some money to Fergie Jr.? True Fergie.
Well, I can't control it now. He does what he wants. I'm not in control.
Well, you can't sack your manager?
No, I'm not in control at all. It's just leaving it to it now. I've not got the in-game editor turned on, so I now have no control over it unless I become the manager, and then I can control the normal management stuff.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So,
remember when I had that argument with a fella because I was saying that having a chairman mode would be awesome?
Oh, yeah, I've been saying for years they need to do that, or a director of football mode or something, but I don't expect it will ever happen.
That would definitely get me back into it. I love the idea of running all the admin stuff at the club.
Sheepdog wants to be a football club secretary. I'd love to do the filing.
No, I want to be the football club chairman. That's what I'm saying. I reckon I'd be an excellent chairman.
You are quite good at swearing on Twitter, the way Darren McAntony does.
Oh, he's gone a bit mental, hasn't he?
He's always mental.
Well, he's not been this mental. He's gone properly off the rails.
Yeah, it's great. I think he's a hero.
Yeah, it's entertaining. He's proper swearing at people now, isn't he? Yeah, someone says, like, we didn't get promoted then, and he's like, who the effing hell do you think you are, C? You know, like, you effing C. And it's like, mate, like, he's right, though. Oh, well.
I like having a crazy person as a chairman. It's awesome. More clubs should get crazy chairman.
Yeah, the fit and proper person test should be how entertaining they are, not...
Yeah, how many followers have they got on Twitter before they're a football chairman? If they're entertaining enough, they get the job.
Maybe if you go over 10,000 followers or whatever, they just give you a football club to chair.
That would be an interesting development. We shall have to see. So, has anyone played anything else then?
We haven't given Pab a chance yet, have we?
Yeah.
I can go over some stuff. I'll briefly mention I've been power leveling in Overwatch. I'm doing a lot of power things this week. I don't know why.
Yeah, is this your new keyword? Yeah, you've grown back your wisdom tooth and it brought powers for you.
Yeah, I'm power.
It's now
walking,
a power tooth.
Power reading, and I've been power leveling Overwatch. So I've been just playing it quite a lot in this past week. And what I've started doing is I've started actually having my mic turned on and listening to people and having a conversation, not a conversation, talking to people in game because I'm playing with randoms. And it's surprising how much better the game is when you actually converse with people. And I think I've won probably 75% of the games that I've played this week because I'm conversing with these random people. I think I've added about 3 or 4 new friends on my friends list. I don't know who they are. I'll probably never play with them again.
Call them friends.
Well, they go on the friends list. They're quite complimentary to my skills, so I go, okay, you can go on the friends list.
There's an echo chamber you're building, not a friends list.
Maybe, yeah. But that's by the by. And there's a new like thing in Overwatch where if you play Heroes of the Storm for a certain number of times, you will get skins in Overwatch. So I've started playing Heroes of the Storm. Do you know what that one is?
No.
Heroes of the Storm is basically the Blizzard MOBA. No,
doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
It's all right. It's not bad. So Heroes of the Storm is basically a whole bunch of different the Blizzard universe, sort of like, and you're playing a MOBA. So there are characters from StarCraft, Warcraft, just old Blizzard games. I think the Lost Vikings are in there. I don't know if that's a Blizzard game.
Yeah,
Overwatch is in there. Diablo's in there. There's probably like 60 odd characters, probably more. I don't even know. And it is a MOBA. It is very much a MOBA. And what I've got to do is I think I've got to get the Diva skin that I want, which is police outfit Diva, I think it is. I've got to play 10 games with a friend, so I've got to convince someone to play it with me as well.
Is that what this is all about? This is a long con. You're trying to convince us to play with you.
Yeah, it's a recruitment drive. Yeah, no, I've got people to play it with, but I've got to make them play it. And see, there's this PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It's a new hotness at the minute. Everyone's playing that, and I've got to drag people off of that to play Heroes of the Storm. And I've just got to play 10 games of it to get these skins. So I will probably play it for another week or so. Probably get that finished.
If you convert this into KFC skins, I'm in. I'll play with you for a bucket of KFC skins. Just the skins. Throw the chicken away. I just want the skins.
Okay, I'll look into it.
I want a whole bucket full of skins. I want them to still be warm.
Can I just buy in like bulk the skin? Can I buy the skin separate, do you reckon? Is that a thing?
You should be able to. I've been campaigning for years. I still don't think it's possible.
Just the skins?
Yeah, I want the skins and a load of KFC chips, and I want to just wrap the chips in chicken skin.
Yeah, and then dip it in gravy.
No, I'm not a psychopath.
You want gravy? You've got gravy.
No, I don't want gravy. Certainly not their dirty idea of gravy.
It's all right. It's not bad.
You're filthy.
Yeah. My chips should have nothing but chicken skin on them. I'm not mental.
Fair enough. So yeah, that is all I've played, and that is all I will probably continue to play for the next week. Prey, Heroes of the Storm, and Overwatch, because I'm a crazy person.
Splendid. Anna, have you got any more games?
I played some Ni no Kuni.
Did you, by golly?
Yeah.
And whatever possessed you to do that?
Because I had it 8 years ago and loved it. I thought, I want to play this again. So I did. I started again, and half of it I could not remember. I forgot that you would go to like the other worlds and you would do all that thing and the spells and.
Since when are they making a second one?
Oh yeah, since last year.
Forever.
I thought Studio Giblet went bust.
No, new one comes out soon.
It's not Studio Ghibli, is it?
What
It's this year.
It's this year.
It says this year.
Excellent.
So
Maybe
I've just made up that it was a Giblet.
It's Ghibli-esque, but I don't think it is actual Studio Ghibli. Is it level 5? The people who did Professor Layton and whatnot.
Yeah, but I thought it was in conjunction with the Giblets.
I mean, they could. I don't know. They might do some of the animations, maybe, or the cutscenes per se. I don't know. I didn't. Maybe I wouldn't put it past them. Anyway.
Oh, they produced the animated sequences.
Right.
It holds up on the PlayStation. On the PlayStation 3. Delightfully, doesn't it, Kevin?
It does look very pretty.
So it hasn't aged because it's anime. Is it anime? I don't know.
I'm not talking to yourself.
To Kevin, because Kevin watches that now because he's one of them.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot his phone.
One of them. That's brilliant.
Occurred to me that must have been 2 years ago when you were eating the ice cream cones, maybe 3 years ago. We also become a PC gamer, and you were adamant you wouldn't, and then you did. And I'm pretty sure if somebody went back 100 episodes, we were all saying you'd be into anime next, and you were saying, "I don't think so. I'm not a weirdo."
In my defence, I've watched one anime. That's it.
But I was thinking about it after the show, and I suddenly thought, we told him he'd be into anime in a year's time, and now he.
But what am I going to be into next, Mr. Mystic Steve? Yeah, that's right. I'm calling you by your real name because that's how offended I am by your comments.
I reckon this time next year you'll be a furry.
What's a furry?
A person who dresses up as animals, is it? Am I right?
Yeah.
Like an
Going to furry conventions.
You'll say you'll be telling us all how you first realised you were another kin when you, I don't know, were talking to a dog and it talked back. Yeah, that'll be you.
He does that now, though. He talks to Dave all the time.
Yeah. Dave's my very good friend.
When Dave talks back, it'll all come clear.
Interesting.
It'll be the retro next year. That's going to be my gambit.
Yeah, I've downloaded RetroPie onto my Raspberry Pi and bought some SNES controllers for it. So I'm already well on the way to that. That'll be next week. I'll be telling you all about my retro games I've been playing.
So that'll be it. Next year. You'll be a retro junkie, and you'll be going to all these shows and buying these dirty old consoles. You can have the big 20 out of my garage if you want.
Just soaked in Malibu.
Well, I'll get some. What have I got here? I got whiskey. I clean the Malibu up with whiskey.
I can live with that. Make it so. Splendid. Has anyone else got any video games then, or are we moving on? This has been a short gaming section.
Has it?
Yeah. Very disappointed with you all. We're 32 minutes into the show, I think you'll find.
You see, so a quarter of it.
I've seen games have been sort of. I've only power leveled on one game. I've power read.
Stop saying power, for goodness sake.
And I've been power watching TV shows as well. So
yeah, but now there's less competition in the gaming podcast sector. We need to make sure we have lots of games to talk about. What? I didn't say anything.
I don't know what you're on about. But okay.
Plenty of the listeners do.
Oh right, okay.
So we've got to refocus in on games.
Okay.
So let's pretend let's pretend we've talked. Let's pretend about some games. That Mario, he's a rascal, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
That princess he keeps looking for. It's almost as if she's trying to get herself caught each time. I think there's something going on between her and that big crocodile man.
What are you saying?
Crocodile.
You're going to make Pab cranky in a minute.
Anyway,
stop it.
What? Don't know what you mean.
I have no clue what's going on. I'm clearly oblivious to something.
Good, Pab, that's good, because there's nothing going on. Anna's reading something into a perfectly innocent conversation that doesn't need reading into it.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah, you toz.
What?
Just be quiet.
What is going on? That's sort of insulting in London.
Pab's just like, whoosh.
To be fair, most of our listeners probably are as well. But there's those 2 or 3 people who know what Sheepdog's going on about, independent of every rest of us. And, what a rascal. So, let's move on. Has anyone watched anything this week? I mean, I watched quite an interesting live stream earlier in the week. But,
oh, my God.
What?
Is this what... Yeah, you mentioned this on Twitter, and I was like, I haven't got a clue what is going on. And I'm looking, going... Is there some sort of live stream I'm going to be watching?
No, there was no live stream at all. Has anyone watched any movies?
We watched Sausage Party. Well, we tried to.
Oh,
yeah, we didn't watch it all. We fell asleep.
Pardon?
We fell asleep. Both of us fell asleep.
We were so tired. It's been one of them weeks where children and adults are not in bed at the same time. But what happens is we go to bed really late, but then Andy gets up at like 3-4 o'clock.
Andy Peters, this is.
No, my Andy, my Roo. And he gets up super early, so like the sleep catches up on you and then you just fall asleep. But we did watch about 40 minutes of it, and it is just full of sweariness, but it's
trashy.
No, it's funny, it's over the top, but it's just like it's just a bit of fun. It's just have a watch. Don't watch it with your kids. Please don't ever do that.
Watch it with someone else's kids, though. That could be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. I'm sure we'll watch it over the weekend and finish that. But yeah, I enjoyed the bit I seen, and then me and Kev went through 2 series of Line of Duty.
Oh yeah, of course we did.
Didn't we, Kevin?
I remember that. Yeah, that's an acceptable programme, isn't it?
Yeah, so in the first one, Morgan is in it from Walking Dead.
Yeah, playing a Cockney, no less.
Well, he is from here, isn't he? He is from that area.
He's Nottingham's finest son, I think you'll find.
There you go. So that's where he's from, and that was all splendid. And then we watched the second series, and that was also quite okay. The woman is a psychopath, but
someone needs to tell us where we can find the 3rd season of Line of Duty, because the 4th one has just been on the telly. The first 2 are on Netflix. We now have a season 3 problem where we want to watch 4 while it's still on iPlayer, but we can't find 3 anywhere. So if anyone knows where that's available on what streaming services, it must be out there somewhere.
On DVD?
What do you think we are, cavemen? We may as well just someone send us a picture of it. Goodness me, DVD.
What? Am I just out of a loop here this week? I don't know what's going on.
Do you still allow discs in your house?
At a certain point earlier on, my microphone stopped working and my headphones stopped working. Did I just miss a whole conversation?
Tab, you had a stroke. You've dreamt everything since then. Yeah. You're in an ambulance at the moment. We're trying to resuscitate you. Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
No, I'm not going to let discs in my house. I've got some standards. I need to stream it because I'm a normal human. DVD, indeed. Standard definition. What fresh nonsense is this?
Yeah, have you got Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Have you checked on there?
No.
Yeah, buy it digitally.
I'm just thinking, I don't know, it might be on there.
Yeah, I'm a podcast man, Sheepdog. We looked on the one place we were already using, didn't see it on there, and thought, I know, rather than doing any more work myself, I'll ask on that podcast what we do, and someone will tell me where to find it. There's DVD available on Amazon. It takes 1 to 4 weeks to dispatch.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here you go. Line of Duty Series 3. We can buy Season 3 in HD for $9.99 on Amazon Video. $9.99.
I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't you take Kev?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Thought you were letting me know. I've been sat next to the phone all week.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
we went on Monday.
Perhaps we'll go again now. You can take me tomorrow. Take me now.
I had a Frankie and Benny's while I was there and all.
I'm not interested in a Frankie and Benny's, but I would have liked to have gone to see the film you promised to take me to.
Why doesn't Anna want to see this?
Because I've got no babysitter. I do want to see it, but Rue was not in respite till the end of the month, and Kev will just keep going on and on. So I thought you could take him.
Yeah, I will.
Bless you.
Get me out of my hair.
Get Bouncy to put an autistic viewing on.
Yeah, but it's a 15 in it, or a 12.
It's a 12A, and I took a 4-year-old to see it, Anna.
That's just because that's bad parenting.
No, he loved it. Although I do regret taking him, because in the, let's say, I think it's a 2-hour film, 1 hour, 50 minutes in, just as the film's about to climax with the end of the film, he suddenly desperately needed a wee, and my darling wife elected me to be the one to have to take him, no matter how much I glared at her while he hopped up and down, almost wetting himself. So I ran him to the loo and back, and in that 30 seconds, the film basically climaxed, and then I came back to just see the aftermath. And for about 5 minutes at the end, I was just furious. I was sat there thinking, I need to get my my arguments all lined up so that I don't seem unreasonable when we leave. But then by the time the credits had rolled, I'd seen all the after credit, little shorts and that they put on. I was happy again. I couldn't be angry after that. But no, great film. Really, really impressed. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Both of them are awesome. So yeah, just see if they have that sort of showing on. He'd enjoy it. It's very, detailed and vibrant and colourful and lots to look at.
I'm sure we'll go and see it during half term, assuming it's still on then. It's only 4 weeks away, 3 weeks away. When's half term? 3 weeks away, I believe. We'll go and see it then.
Yeah, it'll still be on. It'll still be on.
It's very good.
Talking of half term and 3 weeks away, are you coming to Bodine's when we're going to Comic-Con?
Me?
Yeah, you. We're going, obviously. But we need to arrange a meet-up.
Probably not, because I need to go to Comic-Con and then get home, go to bed, and be up at like 3 a.m. to go on my holiday. So I
don't want to take a pack of wings with you.
Well, it's an all-inclusive as well, so I kind of think anything I eat at Bowling's is just a waste of money, considering 12 hours later I could have the same equivalent pile of meat for free.
I've already prepared in the same way, though, will it? It won't be Bodine's meat.
I won't care, because I'll eat twice as much of it, and I'll be drinking sangria.
I see. So, if anyone else is going to Comic-Con in a few weeks, let us know, and we'll add you to our table for our Bodine's that we'll be having on the Saturday night of Comic-Con, because obviously it's compulsory that we do that. I assume we all want Bodine's.
Of course.
Because we'll go to the diner on Sunday, won't we? Anna?
Yep.
Won't we? Anna?
I guess.
Won't we? That's all right then.
Yes.
I have to. We're 3 weeks away. I need to make sure all my meals are in place so that I don't stress out about it. That's fine. You can return to your scheduled discussion of movies now. Now I've got that out of the way. I've been meaning to bring that up for weeks. Comic-Con, we're there Saturday, Sunday. Come see us. Continue.
Have you seen any of Prison Break Season 5 yet?
I haven't seen any of Prison Break Season 2.
All right. It is...
If they're still breaking out of prison, I'm confused, because I feel like I've completed Prison Break. I watched the first season, they got out of prison. I feel no need to watch any more of it.
Season 2 of Prison Break is excellent.
But they're already out of prison. They're broken out. I don't need to know anymore.
They're on the run.
They're breaking back in.
Nah.
They're on the run.
Nah.
Prison Break was written as something like 3 different stories. There was the prison break, them being on the run, and then a major conspiracy they got caught up in. Season 5 is like a whole new story. But 5 episodes in, I think it is now, and I said to my wife, I was like, do you actually know what's going on? Because I'm not really sure. And she doesn't have a clue what's going on. I don't have a clue what's going on. I'm just about following it. I feel like the first 2 or 3 episodes, they probably could have done a better job of just getting you into it. I don't know. It's like I will probably be, I reckon, 2 more episodes and I probably understand enough of what's going on to finish it, but I'm also nervous that it'll be like a 6-episode season, so they'll end on a cliffhanger and I won't have a clue what happened. But yeah, anyone else who's watching that who could just explain to me what the bleed neck's going on, that would be quite useful.
My daughter is. She could explain it to you.
I feel like the point you've made suggests, they probably should have changed the name of it after season 1. But it's like all American shows, isn't it? They put a premise together for a season. They don't think beyond that.
Well, aren't they silly? They've lost me because I've completed it, and I feel no reason to return.
But you're missing out on Theodore Bagwell.
Don't know what you're saying.
Bag.
What about him? He got out of prison. He had his hand cut off. End of story.
It's not, though.
It is. I watched it happen.
You missed a bit where he's got a plastic one now.
Well, now he's got a...
No, we did see that. We did watch some of season 2, but we just lost interest because it was like, well, they got out.
Now he's got a fully working robotic arm.
Oh.
Jeez.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
I imagine that was probably the only way they got him back into season 5. They said, right, we'll write a way for you to just have nothing on your arm. His arm just looks normal now.
Interesting. I want a fully robotic working arm. Or whatever you said. Get me one of them.
You need to catch up on Flash, I keep telling you. But that's
I will do in the summer holidays when the Blu-rays come.
It's climax. I know who Savitar is now. And yeah, wasn't who I thought. Very pleased. All good. Lots of surprises. This has been a great season. A few people, well, actually, I was going to say a few people have moaned about it, but it was one feminist blog that someone I follow on Facebook reposted that was criticising its basic story, but actually it's a fantastic story, I would say, so far. And it's keeping the hope alive that they'll get rid of one of my least favourite characters in the whole Arrowverse. I was watching, speaking of that, I was watching Arrow yesterday, and I for a split second thought they were basically clearing the deck of all the characters I hate or dislike, but I don't think that's the case, sadly.
Well, that's very disappointing. Anyone else watched any other telly then?
Oh, yeah. Like I say, I've been power watching television.
Power watching, eh? Go on then, let's hear your power.
Doctor Who Sheepdog.
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who, exactly. Did you watch it?
The last one, it was all right, but like I said to you last week, historical episodes are never as good.
No.
I always feel like they come out of the stocks really, really well. You know, it maintains it. Then it dips for episode 3. I can't remember what episode 4 looks like it's going to be about.
Is it a haunted house sort of thing where
see, they're
Bill
always
lives?
good.
Yeah, that seemed all right. That one. It's got Poirot in it.
Huh.
And this last one had the bad guy was a guy from Benidorm, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was. It
was all right.
It was good, and as I say, Bill's good.
Yeah.
The Doctor's improved. I thought he was good anyway, but he's improved.
Yeah, he's going out with a bang, I'd say, this season. It's not been a bad season at all so far.
So far, Matt Lucas has even been all right, and I was disgusted at the thought of it.
They're using him sparingly, aren't they? They're not using him to where he's just.
But that's what his career should be. His whole entire career should be sparingly used. He should only appear for the odd scene here and there.
Yeah, I could probably see that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not a bad thing to look forward to watching.
No, I'd forgotten it was on tomorrow. That's made me quite excited, thinking, that's my Saturday. Sorry, now that football's been cancelled this weekend, yeah,
I do like that. I do like having that to watch on iPlayer and getting. What else have I watched? Better Call Saul. You up to date with that, Kev?
I'm not sure. Are we up to? We might be an episode behind. Yeah.
You don't know because they all blend into the same.
Shut your face, Sheepdog. What do you know?
I'm teasing you. I don't mean it.
Episode 4 this week is amazing. So good. So good.
Well, let's watch it now.
It's not even.
We'll be back in 45 minutes. Hold that thought.
It's not even like it's still a slow burn, but it's just you can see where the direction they're taking it now. It's just like oh god, they're doing that today. And then this episode's about Hector Salamanca, and
are they the musical episode yet?
No, not on a musical episode yet. I don't think so.
Okay.
No, not yet. Maybe soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good. We need to talk about it when you've seen it, really, because it's just
it's a bit
so
one-sided
cool.
otherwise.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil things either. So it's just a cool. I've caught up with that this week, and this on Amazon Prime. This American Gods. Have you heard of this one?
No.
No, it's based on a book by Neil Gaiman. Gaiman. Yeah, and it's also coincided with me reading the first issue of the comic book of this, and it is bizarre.
He is bizarre though. Everything he writes is bizarre. He writes Sandman.
Honest to God, insane. I do not know. I don't quite know what's going on, but I'm strangely compelled to watch it. It is just it. The premise is basically this guy is getting out of prison, and 5 days. I think it's 5 days before he gets out of prison, his wife dies, so he gets let out early, and there's like a journey. This is basically the basic premise of the first issue of the comic book, anyway, as well. He gets let out of prison early, and he's got to get home to his family, and then he meets this guy who's just weird, and he calls himself Mr. Wednesday. He's played by who's he played by? The guy from who's the guy? Do you know who Lovejoy is?
Yeah, Lovejoy.
Yeah, he plays
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane, that's the one. I never remember his name. I always forget it. I love everything he does. He's so good in everything. And he plays him, and it's just this weird, eccentric character.
Reading on Wikipedia quickly, this sounds like The Wicked and the Divine, but it was written 16 years ago. It says here that it's hang on, making their way across America, gathering all the old gods who have incorporated themselves into American life to confront the new gods, including media, technology, who are growing stronger and influencing the world.
It is bizarre. It's just insane, and
that sounds like it's right up Neil Gaiman's street.
It's amazing. It's so good. The comic book's good. The comic book has like a big sticker on the front saying "Parental Advisory, Explicit Content," and I was like, okay. And then there's a scene right at the end of the first issue. And you're like, okay, yep, and it is almost shot for shot the same in the TV episode one, barring the explicit things that can be drawn that can't be shown on television programs, basically. And it is just, and you're like, what just happened? It's just watch it. Just give it a watch. Seriously, it is strangely compelling. I don't know whether it's going to be the same Kev as Preacher was. You know, Preacher, was it Preacher or was it Outcast?
Yeah,
which
Outcast.
Was pretty much Outcast. Because there are some lines, some scenes which are just shot like shot for shot. I don't know. At a certain point, it did stop being the comic book issue 1. I don't know whether they just moved it into issue 2 because they're moving it along for the sake of it's not going to be such as long a TV series as the comic book series will be. I don't know, but it could be. I got the feeling of that when I started watching it, and they started I knew the lines that were coming out of the mouth, and I was like, "Yep, that's from that scene." Yep. But it was good. I like Ian McShane, so I'll probably keep watching it.
Splendid.
So, yeah,
I may check it out myself.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
You've made me think this is what I'm going to read after Sandman.
It's extremely, extremely gory. Both of them, the book, the comic book, and the TV series. There's just like you thought, like Game of Thrones is gory. This is horrendous. This is it's unbelievable. The amount of
I feel like Game of Thrones plays on its reputation too much now. Game of Thrones is a parody of itself and is a little bit like mainstream gory, whereas other stuff's properly gory. And I wouldn't consider Game of Thrones to be.
This is just something else. I've never seen something like this for a while, where it's just like arms getting chopped off, just guys getting swords through the neck, just blood everywhere, just people exploding. It's graphic. Let's put it that way, but it's good. It's a good first episode anyway. And I don't know how regular it's going. I think it'll be on weekly on Amazon Prime. I don't know, but yeah, that's where it is. So if you've got that, give it a watch.
Is American Gods only a novel? Say only, but I mean
it's a novel, but it come out as a comic book recently. I don't know how recent. I got the first issue in one of my comic book.
Just going through his bibliography, and I couldn't find it on the list, but it was a book he wrote released in 2001.
Yeah. So it is a book, but like I said, they've recently brought out the comic book and now the TV series. So yeah, all good stuff.
Splendid. Have we got any more movies or TV then before we say bye-bye to Anna and talk about comic-y stuff?
No.
Not TV stuff, no.
Splendid. Well, Anna, where can people find you on the internet?
I haven't missed Lily, Joe.
Well, I'm sure people will follow you there and say hello. Mm-hmm. We will, though, do the opposite and say goodbye. We won't unfollow you, so it's not the complete opposite, but you get the idea. Bye-bye, Anna.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Anna.
Bye-bye.
Right, talk to me about comics then, boys and girls.
Right. Well, after last week, where I realised I didn't actually say what I had read last week, I was that busy just faffing about playing Mario Kart. I realised, in the outro before I realised, hang on, I've not actually told you what I've read. I was like, all right, I'll let it go. What have I read? I've read it. I've been still, these comic book like boxes that I get with random comics in and bits of comic like tat basically. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I get like a handful of issues every single month, and I never read them. So this is where I started reading. I read American Gods, which I mentioned earlier on. I read a book called Exo Manowar. Have you heard of this one before?
I have. I think I've got an issue of it somewhere.
It's really good. It's really good. It reminded me. I don't know what it reminded me. It reminded me. It was up there with something like Saga for me, for reading it, for like keeping me interested. So I was like, okay, this will be a book, because I'm not going to buy a single issue. I don't do that anymore. So it's a book that will go on the keep an eye out for trades at a certain point. I don't know if it's an old school thing. It's like a new reinventing of it or whatever. Which I think it might be. It's really good. It's about it's like a guy who's just a farmer who's on this like foreign planet, and he's just trying to live his life with his alien wife, and he is like sort of enlisted into this just like basically taken to be enlisted into this army army to fight a war, and basically he's a bit of a badass, and he's got this it's basically like an orb that he keeps in his chest, that he just keeps it away, and he must be like his battle chest that he's like, I do not want to go back to that sort of world. And he goes to, by the end of the book, he goes to it and says, I need your help, sort of thing, and the boss goes, yeah, I knew you would, and he just sort of opens up, and then that's the end of the book, and I'm like, wow, this is just kind of insane. I don't know what's going to happen next. But it's cool. I do like it, and I look forward to reading this in trade, because it's different, and it's by Valiant, and I'm getting more into Valiant stuff at the minute. I don't know why. I've not heard of Valiant much before, relatively recently. Had you heard of it before, Valiant comics? No.
Well, I've heard of them, but I wouldn't name anything they do.
It's not. No, it's not one of the big things that I've come across. Another thing I've read this week, which I was reading before the show and partway into the start of the show, was another Valiant book, Harbinger Renegade. I mentioned this as there's another one that I got from a few months ago. I got a single issue, probably close to 6 months ago now, in one of these boxes, and I really liked it. And the trade has come out this week, so I've read most of that now. It's really good. It's about I don't know if I mentioned. I'll remind you of what it is. It's basically a group. There are superheroes that have like dormant powers. There's like a number of dormant, like people have dormant powers in them, and this guy can recognize who these people are and basically activate them. And this guy, he runs like a evil corporation, but he's on the face of it, he's quite a normal guy. You wouldn't know he's evil. And they set up this like team of superheroes, as it were, and they basically they turn on him. They turn on this guy and out him for what he's doing, because he's basically killing people to get their powers out of them. I remember rightly.
Okay.
Because it's not 100% success rate of activating these powers, so he's killing people. So they go to out him, and the way they out him is basically steal his. He has basically in the entire world he has a list of all the potential people who have the powers, and they release it online. They steal it off him and release it into the public, which then sends him into hiding because it shows him for who he is, like sort of thing, and what he's trying to do. But then it backfires on him, because then there are like renegade like groups of people trying to activate these people as well. So they've got all a list of people, and they're trying to activate these people as well, and trying to brainwash them into joining their cult, sort of thing. But it's such a hard thing to do, to activate them, that they're just killing people as well. So now this team, who have because of the guilt, they've all split up and gone their own separate ways. This first volume is like them getting the band back together, sort of thing, to try and fix what they've done. It's just cool. I'm liking I don't know what it is, mate. I'm just liking random indie books, as it were, that aren't the mainstream Marvel and DC. Because if you notice, in recent weeks or months or so, I've just not been reading Marvel and DC.
Yeah, I've been having a bit of a rest from them.
I'm just going to all. I'm just like, that's a bit weird. That's different. That's not what I'd see every day. I'm going to read that. And some of them are just like, no, I can't get into this. And some of them are like, I need to read all of this. And so I'm just really enjoying it. The last thing
you're both dropping back from DC for a bit, because it seems to have really heated up. This past month and a bit.
Yeah. And I probably will get back to that, but it's not in trade form. Also, it coincides with not reading. I'm not staying up to date with current issues with it, so I'm just going through trades.
Yeah, I imagine that's it. When you get the trades, you'll love.
I imagine once we were down at Comic-Con, that'll whip us up into a frenzy, and we'll jump back in as well.
Because I know, Kev especially, it will only take like a weekend for him to get up to speed on the ones he's interested in. I know. Unless you power read.
I won't be power reading through it. I'm not that bothered.
Yeah.
I'm only interested in the Watchmen stuff, so I might read the Watchmen segments, but that's about it, really. Even though it's supposed to,
it's all over the universe. I mean, I've started catching up on the Wonder Woman comics because I want to try and make sure I'm up to speed there, because I assume she'll have some sort of interaction, but. No, I feel like it's really heating up, and it's got me. I'd gone off it because I was reading other stuff, not because I didn't want to read it, just because I was, into Sandman, and I started trying to read a few Marvel bits. But I don't know. I find it really hard to read Marvel stuff. I quite like the DC stuff, but I find the Marvel stuff a bit weak. I definitely prefer
there's so much Marvel stuff that's thrown out there. It's quite hard to pick the good stuff out.
Yeah.
So I've started getting into the older DC stuff, and then you're just waiting for you guys when you recommend random bits, or I see something I like the look of. I mean, I think I'm pretty much up to speed on all the other like indie ones or non-DC ones that we collectively read, but I don't know, I think I said before, but Buffy season 11, that's been amazing. That's really stepped up a notch. It's like that suddenly realised people are
reading it in large quantities, and it's tried to go next level story. It's become really cool. So I know that neither of you are into it particularly, but that is well worth getting into if there's any listeners out there who like Buffy. But that's sort of absorbed all of my time at the moment, kind of going between them and the DC stuff. I keep meaning to just sit and read through all the every time I've been out with you lot, I brought another Sandman volume.
Yeah,
but
often in a random order.
Yeah, by mistake. But I realised I had like 4, 5, 6, 7, and possibly 8, and I hadn't finished 3. So I finished 3, read 4. I'm sort of a quarter of the way through 5 now, and it's one of those things where when you get into the flow of that, I feel really good. It's weird. It's like I'm reading it, and then when I put it down, it stays with me for like days, just thinking about the world that is created and the story that is created. And there was something where he had to decide. He had something that had been given. Sandman had something that had been given to him that he didn't want, and he didn't need and had no interest in, but it had kind of been given to him, and he was having all these suitors come to him to tell them why he should give it to them, and there was a whole few bits in volume 4, I think it was, where he was trying to decide what to do, and I don't know, it just really, I mean, I would say it like that because I don't want to give anything away for anyone listening or whatever, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was just like, what a great story this is. Every time I get into one of these, it just takes me away. I'm sort of looking forward to this weekend reading 5, finishing it, cracking on at 6. I really recommend you guys check it out.
Splendid. Yeah. Well, you should lend it to us. That's probably the way forward.
Yeah.
But I like having my shelf with 1, 2, 3, 4 on there.
Perhaps after the podcast each week for like 20 minutes, just read us a bit from it. And we'll do it that way.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I've been reading Attack on Titan again this week. It's all I've read. I'm into the 4th volume now, I think. And I hear when I get to the end of the 5th volume, I can then toot on over to Netflix and watch the first season of the anime version of it as well. So I can compare notes the way I did with Death Note. And it's very, very good. It's I still haven't had any other recommendations for other manga that I should read from people, but certainly this and that, they're a bit more grown up and very, very, very good because of it. So I'm quite happy to keep cherry picking anything written in picture form. Now, worldwide, give me worldwide pictures with words. That's all Kev needs these days. But it was, I think the deal that I got it on is still available on Comixology, where it's the first 5 volumes at like 75% off. So it's a bargain-tastic price as well. And I've even been exploring Crunchyroll as a way to consume the rest of them, because once you get past the 5th volume that I already own, the rest of them are all on there. So I could pay a subscription to that, which I think is like $5.99 a month, read the other 12 or however many there are, and then also get the new ones when they come out each week, because it's simultaneously released in Japanese and English on there. So I could watch them read them as they come out weekly then.
Could you look at just pick a random country and look up what their greatest comic of all time is?
I probably could. I won't. I'm relying on people to do that for me. But presumably it could be done.
Because every country must have a greatest...
There's a challenge for the listeners. This could be our next big vote.
What's the best graphic novel from Zimbabwe?
I don't know, Sheepdog. I'm not Zimbabwean. But I'm sure we have many listeners in Zimbabwe who will let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
So, have we got anything else to add to the agenda this week?
Yes.
Any other business?
The Free Jovial Huntsman is one of the top comics in Zimbabwe.
Oh, there you go then.
There you go.
The Gold Sickle, Miss Mackenzie, Barchester Towers, An Eye for an Eye. None of them are as good as the Free Jovial Huntsman. Sorry, Pab, go on.
Pab, any other business?
Yes, tomorrow. Today, as this is coming out. 6th of May. Free Comic Book Day.
Is it?
Yes.
Why has no one told me that? I'm batch cooking all weekend.
Well, it's free comic book day tomorrow, and there is an Attack on Titan comic book free tomorrow.
Jiminy Cricket.
And a Dragon Ball one. There's anime everywhere in this.
If I can, Kev, I'll try and do what I did last year and get 4, 8, 12. If it's 4 comics per person, I'll come out with 16 comics. I might even try and tell them that Claire has another person inside her stomach, and therefore we should be allowed 20. But yeah, I'll see if I can grab you any of the anime ones.
Yeah, get me something fun, because I'm not going to be able to come out tomorrow because I've got shopping coming in the morning, then I'm batch cooking in the afternoon. Why didn't anyone make me aware of this?
I don't know. You didn't. I don't know. You wasn't aware of this.
Well, it's because I don't use Comixology constantly anymore.
That's a good point. Yeah, I suppose.
I'm blaming you for this, Pab.
Yeah, I meant to mention it last week and I forgot because I was playing Mario Kart.
Well, I only bought the shopping this evening.
Oh. There's Secret Empire as well this week.
Get on there and ask it to deliver later or something.
It's too late now.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So tomorrow I will be out at about 7:30 in the morning. Because my comic book shop opens at 8:30 for some reason. And I'm not losing out like last year where I was queued around the block to get in. So
my one last year it said anything on these shelves, and then they just stuck a load of, as well as the free comic book day comics, they just stuck a load of random, quite decent comics that they just felt they could do with shifting, but also that people might like. And I think the idea was if you started reading it, you'd like it and you'd buy the next part or whatever. But they had some really good quality ones on the shelf. I remember just standing there kind of frozen between all these different options they had, and quite surprised that they'd done that. So hopefully they'll do that this year, because I'm a bit well clued up now.
Yeah, it's looking. There's quite a lot of good stuff on here from what I can see. There is an XO Manowar. I imagine that is number 1. So there you go. You can, if you like it, you can pick that up and give that a read. There's all sorts of stuff in here this time.
I might see if I can sneak out. I might get up early and sneak out. What time's the comic shop in Peterborough open? Probably 10.
Well, I don't know.
Well, why don't you know, Pab? You're the worst secretary in the world.
It took me a real long time to find out what time my comic book shop opened, because they're very vague.
Well, I'm not coming there. That was a waste of time. Yeah. You could have been looking into my comic book shop while you were wasting time doing that.
Apologies. I'll do better next time.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you find out by morning, just ring me, give me a phone call like an hour before it opens, and that'll wake me up, and I'll head down there. Problem solved.
I'll see what I can do. That's
all right then.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the Friday. I was stupid, bloody. I was going to say 10:30, but that's today. They opened at 10:30.
I see.
I will find out before you leave.
Splendid. Before I leave to go there.
Yeah.
That's marvellous news. Splendid. Well, I think we're probably just about done then, everybody. So if that's your lot, I should probably inform you that if you can... Blah, blah, I can't remember how I do this.
9:30 they open.
Well, I'll be there at 9:28 then. If you have enjoyed this show, you are allowed to follow us on Facebook as well, which is facebook.com/Mature Gamer Podcast, or there's another website called Twitter where it's MGUK Podcast, or me personally, Kev, is at Lelujo,
and I'm at RB6K,
and I'm at Pub1986.
We no longer have a website, which makes it really difficult when I try to get us press passes for events, so I can't link to websites anymore. So if anyone could arrange us a website, that would be nice, and put all the podcasts on there for us.
Only you'd been warned.
Well, I didn't want to pay for it.
If anyone out there has a way of hosting a site for us, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I get my press passes without needing a website. Someone who doesn't need should have paid for the website. That's Kev's theory.
Oh, there's some quite good comics on this free comic book day. A Buffy one, DC Superhero Girls one.
Lots of good ones, all sorts.
Splendid. Well, I'll head there now. See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Thanks for listening, folks.